Hi, welcome to a2zknowledge.com. So today we are going to see it's all about bashrc and bash underscore profile in Linux. So in Linux, you have seen lot many basic shell commands, all those things. But we have two more files. A file, it's a kind of a system-oriented file. We call it as bashrc, and bash underscore profile is nothing but is equivalent to Windows. You go for my computer properties, and you used to set your environmental path and variable, right? For Java, for Python, we used to set the path, right? Like that in Linux, we used to set our environmental path and variable in this file called bashrc. The file name is bashrc and bash underscore profile. But people used to get confused. Okay, these two files are the same use. We are going to set the environmental variable and path, but actually, what is the difference? Why should we need to have these two files, bashrc and bash underscore profile? So we need to know that. So what is the difference? So the definition for bashrc, people used to say bashrc is called as an non-interactive login, and bash underscore profile is called as an interactive login. Word, it's a definition for these two files, and people used to get, even they used to get confused after getting this definition. They will be get confused more. So you are saying it's a both or same thing we are going to use, but why it sounds different? Like this is bashrc and this is bash underscore profile, and you are saying this is interactive login and this is a non-interactive one. So we are going to see practically why we are saying like that. So first of all, this bashrc and bash underscore profile is a system file. That's why it's a hidden file. In Linux, hidden file starts with always with a dot. If I just put ls, it will list all the directories and files, right? Normal. If I want to see the hidden directories, you have to give ls space -a. It will list all the hidden directories, and you can find the file bashrc. So now I got the bashrc file. Now where is the bash underscore profile? In some Linux flavors, whatever the current Linux flavor I am using is it's all a Ubuntu. But if you see in some Linux flavors, you can see this bash underscore profile by default. In some Linux flavors, you cannot find this one. If it is not there, not a problem. You can create a file with the name of bash underscore profile, and after creating this file will not be as like your own file. Once you have created with the name dot bash underscore profile, it considered to be a system file where we have to use for that purpose only. So here in Ubuntu by default there is no bash underscore profile, so I am just creating by using a VI editor. Okay, so I have created a file. Okay, if I just give bash underscore profile, okay, I just given bash or c underscore profile. It's a wrong one. It's a bash underscore profile. Okay, I've just created. Okay, fine. If I just give ls, I can see, oh sorry, it's ls-a to see all the hidden files. Fine, I'm having bash underscore profile and bashrc. So I just delete this bashrc one. You will be get confused sometime. Okay. So here you can see two hidden files like bashrc and bash underscore profile. Now we are going to see what actually this is. First, I'm just getting into this bashrc because it's the one which is already there in our machine. So bashrc, and if I open this with my VI editor, and you can see some set of scripts will be there. So this scripts is nothing but like how your terminal by default, what the color is, and what will if I open a new terminal, what is the size. So those scripts and all, it will be there, and color, font size, those things will be there. And very important, if you done any small changes in this file mistakenly, if you have done any changes here, it will impact your whole thing. Means even you cannot give ls command, it won't work. It says command not found. Even you cannot do mkdir, nothing. If you have done any changes in the scripts, then the Linux shell commands, even a Linux shell command, it won't work. Then I have to get a new bashrc from my neighbor machine, and I have to do it. So please be very careful while editing this file. So always it is safe and side, come to the end of the function. Means if you give shift G, you will get to the end of the terminal. Means VI editor, it's a shortcut, shift G. Now we are going to do something like I'm going to show you what is this bashrc and bash underscore file is actually doing, because bashrc I said it's a non-interactive login, and bash underscore profile I said it's an interactive login. Okay, what is the difference between these two? So first, I'm just you just give an insert key, so you will get an insert message here. So echo, and I'm printing like a2zknowledge.com. So a2zknowledge.com. Now just save this file, escape shift : wq. Fine. Now I said this vi bash or c, whatever. If you use this editor, you can use this vi editor and you can do some changes. This is the file where I have to set my, for example, if I'm installing Java and the Linux has to know where the Java is, so I have to specify the path in the bashrc file. The same thing I have to do in bash_profile also, but the difference now, this bashrc file is a non-interactive login, means whatever the changes I have done in that file, right, if I want the changes to be get applicable, then I have to open a new terminal, then only the changes will come into picture. I cannot use the same terminal. So the control alt t is the shortcut for open a new terminal in Ubuntu, and I'm just going to open a new terminal. See, I'm getting the word a2zknowledge.com. So my bashrc file is, it is not needed of relogin the machine, so it is not needed, right? So that's what I have showed you. So for bashrc, it is not needed to relog or something like that. Just open a new terminal, the changes will come into picture. So now, what is this bashrc then? So now I'm just closing all the windows. Fine. Now I'm just open a new terminal. Okay. Now, yeah, I got the message. Now we are getting into .bash_profile. Fine. So now here it's an empty file, but this file will not be having any scripts by default. So here also I'm just giving the same echo. So I'm just giving a to z, just a to z. Okay, I'm just saving this file and I open a new file. Okay, I'm not getting anything. So even I open a new terminal, I'm not getting anything. So this bash_profile needs a restart, means a re-login is required. So instead of restarting my mission, I can go with some other technique. For example, I use SSH. SSH is nothing but secure login. People use this SSH command to communicate with their neighbor machine. So normally remote communication. So what I'm going to do is SSH. I'm going to give my machine IP address, localhost. Means it's equivalent to relog in your machine. That is what. So I'm just giving SSH localhost. Fine. I'm getting a to z. See, after see it says lost login, and I'm getting the thing a to z, whatever I have done. So bash_profile needs a relogin. That's why we call it as interactive login, and bashrc does not require any relogin and all. That's why we call it as a non-interactive login. Okay, so this is the difference between bashrc and bash_profile, and I will be going to say one more information. Maybe like after getting that information, you can ask me then why we have seen all these stuffs, or what is the difference, why we have seen all these stuffs. See, very simple. vi.bashrc enter, and I am just going to the last line and I am doing some changes. So a2zknowledge.com space technology, just technology. I'm just writing technology and I'm just saving this. Okay. So whatever the changes I have done in bashrc will come into picture if I open a new terminal. But the constraint is you should not open a new terminal. In the same terminal you have to bring the changes. That is what the constraint I am saying now. So simply you have to execute this file bashrc, then you don't want to go for a new terminal itself. So to executing this bashrc file, just give source.bashrc enter. Fine, I got the a2zknowledge.com technology. So now what is with respect to bash_profile? Fine, we can see that too. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed the dot. bash_profile. Fine. So I'm just changing this a to z to a2z knowledge. Fine. Okay. Come out. Saved it. I saved. Now, again the same constraint. You should not relog in your machine, but you have to get the changes in the same terminal. Again, I'm getting the same constraint. Same command. Source means you have to execute bash_profile. Fine. Yeah. See, it came a2z knowledge. So if you want to bring the changes in the same terminal for bashrc and bash_profile, you can use the command called source, the file name. It is to execute your file. Okay, so we have a solution, but we need to know the difference, right? That's what before I've not explained this, so that's why at last I'm explaining this. But actually by source command we can do instead of without relogin with an open terminal we can do, but we need to know what is the difference between these two if the source command is not available. We need to know. That's what I have tried to explain. This is just a difference between these two files. Many people, they have asked me like what is the difference between these two. That's why I have given this separate tutorial. And thanks for watching A to Z knowledge.com. If you like this tutorial, please subscribe our channel in YouTube and like us in Facebook, and please refer this to your friends and colleagues, and you can find programming languages, etc. Lot many videos are there in two languages, Tamil and English. So thanks for watching A to Z knowledge.com.